I think that a lot of people is, over thinking the size advantage. Canelo is a strong fighter in himself, and he's a good puncher, but so am I. And fight night is going to be good.
By my side, I'm gonna put my best, and I'm gonna try my best to put a great show. You know my style. My style, if I move, it's gonna be a great fight. If I go forward, it's gonna be a good fight. I always go there and try to do my best.
Muhammad Ali famously said, "The fight is won or lost far away from witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights." Today, those words echo with renewed intensity as the boxing world holds its breath for the destined clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, a battle written in the stars, forged long before the first bell rings.
Only running that I'm going to be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that.
Do you have any concern that there's going to be any running in this fight?
I hope not. I think Crawford is not that kind of fighter. He's a different. He boxes.
The pride of Mexico, Canelo Alvarez, has stormed through weight classes like a monarch expanding his empire, each conquest adding to a legacy already gilded in gold. On the other side stands Terence Crawford, the clinical mastermind from Omaha, a strategist with ice in his veins, dismantling every challenge with surgical precision. He's not just unbeaten, he's undeniable, the living blueprint of pound-for-pound greatness.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me one
2002.
elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look, look,
It's
look,
gonna
you.
be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will,
nobody else.
and you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you going to be a nobody? When I stuff a mud hole in your ass, is you going to be a nobody? You're going to be just like everybody else.
This is no ordinary bout. It's a seismic clash of legacies, where size meets skill, pride meets purpose, and history holds its breath. Under the sport's brightest lights, two warriors rise, not just to defend titles, but to pursue immortality. In this defining moment, they dare to etch their names into the timeless throne of boxing greatness.
Restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
From Ali's timeless words about the grind, we're led straight into the icy calm of Terence Crawford. There's a chill in the air, not from nerves, but from cold, calculated confidence. Bud isn't selling hype. He is a strategy, a living blueprint built to dismantle greatness. He doesn't blink, doesn't bluff. I'm going to win, he says, plain, direct, and deadly. The biggest fight of his life is here, and is not flinching at the size, the stage, or the spotlight.
This fight with Canelo going.
I'm definitely going to win the fight, for sure. But, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him, and it's going to be...
Crawford wants the belts, and the history that comes with becoming a three-division undisputed king. But is approaching it all like a job interview he already knows is going to ace. What's even more impressive, he stays rooted in Omaha, trusts his circle, and tunes out the noise, whether it's Netflix cameras or Dana's spotlight. To him, it's just another ring, another camp, another mission. But don't let that calm fool you. That's exactly what makes him dangerous. Canelo isn't just facing a fighter. He's facing a technician who studies opponents like case files and hits like an executioner.
Canelo comes from a smaller weight class. He's not a massive fighter. He's not 6 foot tall. He's, he's thick, but he's not, this giant. So, picking Canelo was a thing that we looked deeply into at the time.
Hot take. Canelo brings granite, grit, and a nation's pride. But Crawford? He's got the remote control to the TV Canelo's used to starring on. Bud can flip the channel mid-fight, turn a Canelo show into a Crawford Clinic. So yeah, I'm hyped. And you should be too. Because when Bud says, I ain't worried about Canelo's size. I want his belts. I want his legacy. He's not selling drama. He's making a bet. A high-stakes wager with his own legacy on the line. And if you're not fired up by that, you're sleeping through a moment that could rewrite boxing history in real time.
I think it's going to be a tough fight. You know, I think he's gonna bring the best out of me. I'm gonna bring the best out of him, and it's gonna be an exciting fight.
Do you guys have any bad blood at all, or is it all business?
It's just business. You know, I want what he got. You know, and that's them belts, and that's that undisputed.
And just when you think Bud's confidence couldn't get any colder, here comes his brother-in-arms, Steven So Cold Nelson, dropping truth bombs that make you look at Canelo like, you sure you want this smoke? Nelson didn't hold back. He said Bud's power at this weight hits different, like a new iPhone charger that doesn't fit your old outlet. Different. He talked about Bud going round with light heavyweights and middleweights and sparring. Bigger guys, real power, and not just surviving, but holding his OW and SO. If you thought size was going to be Canelo's edge, you might want to update that take. Fast.
People are going to be surprised. Dude is not like, it's not like he's a small guy and he just putting on a whole bunch of weight. Like when he fought 154, he was like 170, 172 going in the ring. So he's going to go in there the same way this fight. He's strong, man. He's strong.
And here's the wild part. Nelson swears Bud ain't even small. Says he's been walking around at 170 for years. So come fight night, you're not facing some blown-up welterweight. You're getting Omaha's finest, thick-cut steak, extra seasoning, and cooked to perfection. And when Nelson compared this fight to a spaceship landing on Oath, I felt that. Picture it. Canelo looking up, eyes wide, as Bud floats down in a NASA chute. Cool, calm, and ready to jab him into another orbit. You can keep saying size matters, but if Nelson's right, if Bud's new power is as real as it sounds, then Canelo might be standing there like he ordered the wrong Netflix package, and you and me, we're front row, watching the system glitch in real time.
That's what makes people great. Anybody that's ever been great, they always did something that people didn't expect.
Correct.
And that's going to be Bud. He's going to do something that nobody is expecting. But a lot of people who's a doubter are going to be like, dang. Or they're going to come up with excuses like always.
Nelson lit the fuse, called Bud a freak of nature. Canelo, a top-tier beast with gold in his gloves. And now we're all strapped in, waiting for the chaos to explode. Then comes Caleb Plant, stepping into the convo like the seasoned vet he is. No fluff, no bias, just straight talk. Is giving both men their flowers, sizing them up like a coach who's seen it all, and still can't believe what is watching that you've got Crawford switching stances like a ninja on espresso. Smooth, sharp, unpredictable. You've got Canelo bringing that cold, calculated pound-for-pound menace. And Plant? He's calling it like he sees a storm coming before the first drop hits the canvas. Hits.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, you know, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And
I love how Plant keeps it 100, calling out the skills, throwing a little shade that's equal parts laugh and sweat. You feel me? These two aren't just fighters. They're dangerous, smart, and totally unpredictable. And Plant isn't shy about saying it. You can almost hear him telling the fans, sit back, watch closely, and enjoy the fireworks. This isn't just a fight. It's a full-on chess match with fists. We're ready. We're hyped. And honestly, anyone sleeping on this bout is about to have their eyes wide open. And let's be real, I'm already grabbing popcorn for this mental war. The angles, the counters, the setups, it's like watching two artists with hammers. Whoever walks out on top, man, it's going to be nothing short of legendary.
you know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, closer range, outside. Fight going both ways. So it's exciting.
Predictability. Did you catch how Bud developed that insane ability to switch seamlessly between southpaw and orthodox? On the JRE MMA show, he opened up about it. Turns out a childhood hand injury forced him to train his left hand hard. What started as a setback quickly turned into a deadly advantage. Now, this guy can trap you no matter which direction you try to escape. Left, right, orthodox, southpaw, it doesn't matter. Bud's cutting off the ring, landing bombs from both hands, and leaving opponents seeing stars. The way he talks about catching fighters off guard, turning up the heat mid-fight, and locking them down in the pocket. It's pure, unfiltered boxing genius.
Coach, he used to get mad. Like, you need to focus on one stance and doing it right before you start switching. You ain't even got the orthodox stance down pack all the way. And then you trying to go southpaw. I'm like, all right. Then I go orthodox, and then in the fight, boom. I switch, then I switch back. He like, stop switching. And then I win the fight like.
I don't know about you, but if I stepped into that ring, I'd be praying the bell rings early. This isn't just skill, it's creativity, instinct, chess played on canvas. And that's why Crawford keeps looking untouchable. The wild part? He didn't just survive switching stances. He mastered it so well it's like he's got double the arsenal every fight. You've got to respect the grind, the focus, the patience. This isn't just natural talent. It's countless hours of blood, sweat, and smart work. Honestly, facing Crawford now feels like fighting two fighters wrapped into one. You never know which version's coming at you next. This is a kind of adaptability that separates the good from the legendary. Like, what?
What?
When did he stop telling you to stop switching?
When I was winning. He was like, all right, since I can't stop you from switching, we just gonna train that way. So yeah, if you do 4 rounds, you're gonna do 2 rounds southpaw, you're gonna do 2 rounds orthodox. That's just how we started training.
When did Bud stop being told to quit switching stances? Right when the training began. Now, switching gears to Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. That fight was pure chaos in the ring. Canelo came out swinging like he owned every inch of that space, while Saunders tried to stay slick, shifting stances like he was on a dance floor audition. But Canelo's power? Next level. That brutal uppercut shattered Saunders' orbital bone, forcing the fight to end in the 8th round. It wasn't just luck. Round after round, Canelo chipped away, landing precise counters, hooks, and jabs that built pressure like a ticking time bomb. Saunders? He was done long before the stoppage.
The fight, his orbital was shattered. His cheekbones were shattered. I think the way the cheekbone connects to the upper jaw was cracked.
Wow.
Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So the orbital, see that stuff in the back of his eye?
Yeah.
The bone that's like the shelf that holds the eyeball in got cracked.
He outlanded Saunders 73-60, with over half of his power shots connecting, proof that Canelo's timing and accuracy remain unmatched. Saunders walked away with a solid $8 million payday, while Canelo pocketed a guaranteed $15 million, likely ballooning to $35 million with pay-per-view. Watching that fight was electric. Every punch carried weight. Every round sent a message. And when Canelo landed that devastating uppercut, the stadium gasped as one that Canelo didn't just win. He reminded the world as a finishing machine, a calculated predator inside the ropes. Saunders learned the hard way. You don't step into the ring with a lion without expecting scratches. Otherwise, a broken FA.
With a lion without expecting some scratches and maybe a broken face.
So they have to go in and they put all these plates underneath where the eyeball sits. And then on the outside, on the upper left side of the eyeball, that's cracked, the lower side's cracked, and then look how the cheekbone's cracked all the way down to the upper.
And speaking of breaking jaws, while Canelo was busy turning Saunders' face into modern art, Crawford was schooling another dangerous opponent. But in a completely different style, Terence Crawford versus Victor Postol was one of those fights where you could literally see Crawford's mind working faster than most of us breathe. Postol came swinging like a wrecking ball, throwing heavy, ranges southpaw shots that would have made anyone else sweat bullets. But Crawford? He was patient, methodical, and savage without ever looking savage. He picked his shots like a sniper, moved on autopilot, and slowly dismantled Postol round by round up by the end. It wasn't just a win. It was a statement. Crawford broke Postol down mentally and physically, proving he's not just a boxer, he's a master of the ring. Every feint, every counter, every subtle adjustment screamed, "Don't sleep on me." Won this version tailored for a fight preview or deep dive analysis.